you might actually be canceling out coffee's biggest health benefit. And it has nothing to do with caffeine. This isn't just some internet myth or scare tactic. It's backed by decades of research, including a brand new study from Tufts University. And the best part, fixing it is simple, but most people never do it. Face it, we're all chasing that magic bullet for a longer, healthier life, the next superfood, the miracle supplement. But one of the most powerful things you can do for your health might actually already be sitting in your kitchen, your morning coffee. And I don't mean the syrup-filled kind from the coffee shop that's located on every corner. I'm talking about a straight, no-frills cup of black coffee. That new Tufts study tracked over 46,000 American adults for almost 20 years. The findings, people who drank 1 to 3 cups of black coffee a day had a 14 to 17% lower risk of dying from any cause compared to non-coffee drinkers. But when we talk about 14 to 17% lower risk of death, it's not just about living longer. It means fewer heart attacks, fewer strokes, lower risk of liver failure, and even protection against Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. So we're not just talking about extra years on a calendar. We're talking about more healthy years where you're mobile, independent, clear-headed, and so much more. So coffee is not just helping people live longer, it's helping people live better. But here's the catch, because there's always a catch. Add enough sugar or cream, and those benefits completely disappear. Just over half a teaspoon of sugar or a tablespoon of light cream per cup, the benefits are gone. Because you just turn that morning health drink into a dessert, where the sugar spikes your glucose, which forces your body to release more insulin. Then it triggers inflammation. This is exactly the opposite of what coffee's protective compounds are supposed to do. Then when it comes to the cream, it's all about the proteins, because dairy proteins bind to coffee's polyphenols, those healthy little antioxidants that help your blood vessels and so much more, making it harder for your body to absorb them. And then adding in those extra calories from sugar and fat over time, you've just tipped that scale from health boost to health drain. So as we see, coffee's power isn't just in the caffeine. Coffee has over 100 natural compounds that work together to protect your health. The most important compounds are chlorogenic acids, which slow sugar absorption, keeping blood sugar stable. And then, of course, the polyphenols, which are rust-proofing your cells while they're fighting oxidative stress. And then we have diterpenes, which are coffee's natural healthy oils that help protect the liver and reduce inflammation. Then we have melanoideins, which are antioxidants formed during roasting that also feed good gut bacteria. Together, they reduce inflammation, improve blood vessel flexibility, and help your cells handle stress. And this may surprise you, even decaf shows these benefits. But not all coffee is created equal. The brewing methods change both the amount and the variety of beneficial compounds in a cup. Brewed coffee, drip, pour over, French press, these extract the highest levels of chlorogenic acids, polyphenols, and antioxidants. With this, you get the full package. The only downside, it's more time, cleanup, and of course, the equipment you need to make a good cup of coffee. Then you have instant coffee, real quick to make, easy to clean up, and still delivers a surprising amount, around 60-80% of coffee's antioxidant power with less caffeine. But between the two, brewed wins for the max benefit. But instant still keeps you in that longevity game. The real win is drinking it often and keeping it black. And I know you're thinking, this is just a one-off study, Dave. What's up with this? But it's not. We have Harvard 2015, where they tracked 200,000 people over 30 years that showed coffee drinkers had a 15% lower risk of early death. These were results using regular coffee and decaf coffee. Then you have another study, the UK Biobank study, where they tracked 500,000 people over 10 plus years. Coffee drinkers had a 12 to 21% lower risk of death. The sweet spot in this study, as far as the amount of cups, was 2 to 3 cups a day. And it didn't matter if it was ground, instant, or decaf coffee. Coffee's even been linked to fewer heart rhythm problems like arterial fibrillation. But don't get me wrong, it's not perfect. If you're a slow caffeine metabolizer and you take it too late in the day, it can wreck your sleep. And then poor sleep can drown out any of those health benefits. And because of coffee's acidity, it can cause stomach irritation, which can trigger reflux and discomfort on an empty stomach. Then we have nutrient absorption issues. Coffee can interfere with iron, calcium, and B vitamin absorption. This is why you want to avoid consuming coffee with every single meal. And lastly, brewed coffee contains trace amounts of acrylamide, a compound that forms during the roasting process. But you'll find it also in things like toast, roasted nuts, and potato chips. The levels are really tiny, well below safety threshold, and nowhere near what's been shown to cause harm in studies. And interestingly, instant coffee doesn't have it. It's processed in a way that removes most of the acrylamide before it even hits your cup. So unless you're drinking 50 cups a day, it's really not something that you need to actually stress over. And here's a tip. When you drink it, matters almost as much as what kind you drink. This is because of your cortisol. Your body's natural wake-up hormone peaks between, I'd say, 8 and 9 a.m. in the morning. So drinking coffee then may give you less of a boost. Many experts suggest waiting until 9:30 to, let's say, 11:30 a.m. because this is when cortisol starts to drop. For sleep, cut off caffeine 6+ hours before bed. If you sleep at 10 p.m., that means your last cup of coffee should be 4 p.m. And even then, you have to be careful because 25% of caffeine may still be sitting in your system. I think we've all heard the saying, know thyself. Well, before you hit the ground running with 3 or 4 cups a day, know your own tolerance. The big takeaway, coffee works best when you keep it very simple, black or close to it, and drink it regularly. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you think coffee is powerful, wait until you see what this simple food can do for your brain, hormones, muscles, and heart. I'll link it right here for you.